Well, that was certainly something. Hey, Telltale here. As you could have probably guessed from the footage at the beginning, I have played Wuthering Waves 2.7 story. And my god, is it absolute cinema. Now, if I were to describe it in 2 words besides that, it'd be Avengers Assemble. Considering how many characters show up throughout the story to help us. Now, I'm mostly going to be going through the entire 2.7 story to try and summarize it for those who are too lazy to rewatch the entire questline. And hey, I don't blame them since it's 6 fucking hours long. But before we start, I gotta say 2 things. Firstly, mandatory spoiler warning. Since we're going to be covering the 2.7 story, I highly suggest you do the story, then come back here. And secondly, since we're discussing the story, I highly advise you familiarize yourself with the concepts, characters, and lore relating to Raguna and the Black Shores. Otherwise, you will not understand a single thing in this video. The second reminder is for those who have very little knowledge on Wuthering Waves story and lore, or those who haven't played the game at all and stumbled upon this video. You've been warned. Now, with that out of the way, let's dive into the story. We arrive in Renacida after the events of 2.6 with the civilization capsule in tow, of which we are reminded that we need Leviathan's power to open it by Abby. And because of that restriction, we set off to find Cardathia. We are reminded by Abby that Raguna's environment is acting a little strange and weird. That's definitely not foreshadowing. Anyways, we eventually hear the Fool's Troop performing a play in the distance. If you can even call it a play. So we head on over, and after it's all said and done, we're immediately put into a nightmare narrated by Cristoforo and shown Cardathia dying.
Nothing. Her fate was written long ago.
Lovely! Things are already going to Anyways, we're then transported to a location with a tomb describing a message on how to enter this so-called City of Eternal Bliss. But before we do anything, we are told by some lady to leave, and she promptly kicks us out of the nightmare. Jeez, I would have loved to at least look around. Jerk. We wake up from our nap to the sight of a big frickin' lollipop about to be shoved down our throats. Seriously, why is that lollipop so fucking big? Even Abby's shocked. Oh god, Jesus. Sorry, back on topic. We tell the others about our little dream, and learn that it's been happening to everyone in Renacida, but with dreams varying between each person. We then all go our separate ways, with me going to each NPC and seeing what they dreamed of, before heading over to the inverted tower to meet up with Cardathia. Once we get close to the tower, we meet up with Cantarella, who also needs to speak with Cardathia. But before we go on our merry way, a big bang erupts from the tower, and I'll let the cutscene explain for itself. After that assassination of Cardathia, we check up to see if she's still alive, which, what did we expect? She got shot in the fucking chest. Anyways, her frequency remains even though she is dead, which we're told from Abby doesn't add up. We also point out that there are too many inconsistencies in her murder, as 1, she didn't even try to resist, and 2, the intruder broke into the tower physically, which would be impossible without Cardathia noticing. We, however, then realize that the intruder has traces of the Dark Tide, meaning that these two are related to each other. That's not exactly a good sign. Of course, after pondering for a bit, we then realize that the dream predicted Cardathia's death, so to get answers, Abby helps pinpoint where the frequency went, and we leave to hunt down the supposed killer. Now, why do I say supposed killer? You'll see later. After finding where the frequency ends, we're briefly jumped by a thundering Mephis before being saved by Avidius, who is in Renacida trying to hunt it.
Slipped away again.
After catching up with Avidius, we learn that the killer we're hunting is nicknamed the Discord Slayer.
Silver hair and violet eyes, cloaked in cursed shadow-lit flame. So you seek the one they call Discord Slayer.
After learning that, we team up with Avidius for the
hunting.
time being to hunt that Slayer
Allow me
down,
to join you.
using the frequency
This
of the
frequency
Mephis left behind with the help
will
of an
need
anchor
this.
stone that he brought. How convenient. After following the frequency around for a while and murdering any tacit discords that get in our way, we locate the
that an
frequency to the
entrance
entrance of a
paradimensional
paradimensional tacit field. After heading inside, we're separated from Avidius, and with the help of the Discord Slayer, we slay the Mephis by killing the source of the illusion, a big cocoon. We're then told that she wants to kill the
Harbinger of the Dark Tide to stop a greater calamity.
After that, we then leave meeting up with Avidius, who tells us that the Mephis called itself Caligula, which, summarized, was Septimon's most cruelest tyrant that wielded the Dark Tide for his own gains, eventually cursing Septimon before dying, saying that he would one day return. After that little story, we then decide to try to connect with the Dark Tide to get any info, since we're clearly 2 steps behind. However, during that process, we hear Zani and Carlotta's voices, which gives us a hint that an attack might happen at the Alvarado Vault. We head over to the vault after that revelation, and for a moment, it all seems normal. Until... Yep, there's the trouble. We then head over to see what the commotion is about, and we see her murdering innocent people, of which we reasonably raise our weapons, before she reveals to us that those people are tacit discords.
Don't put your fate in appearances.
Well then, seems like we got multiple spies in the base. While all of that is happening, Fenrico shows up and reveals the Slayer's name as Galbrenna, before shortly thereafter attacking her and pinning her to a wall after she shielded a civilian. We then realize that it isn't the real Fenrico, and they reveal that the capsule that we possess is what they're after.
Path to deliverance lies within the civilization capsule. Entrust it to me. By the authority bestowed upon me, I will open the gates to the divine paradise.
So like any good Samaritan, we jump these tacit discords, which are actually called Tide Spawn. Don't know why, but I guess I'll start calling them that from now on.
I've never heard of any possessing such abilities.
Your fangs are bared now. Don't hesitate. Let's end them all.
The one mimicking the Primus is the heart. Take it down, and the rest will collapse with it.
It's calling in Muroka. We'll need to clear the rubble while waiting for our shot.
That which cometh from the sea shall walk upon the land. It shall work great wonders and mark the flesh of its faithful. All who have ears to hear, let them hear.
A new era awaits. Sticky,
No
you
problem.
recognize me?
All yours. Come at me.
After battling with one of the Harbingers of the Dark Tide, we manage to activate the capsule, and Galbrenna, us, and Avidius get sucked into the portal that it creates, sending us straight into the capsule itself. After entering the capsule, Imperator, or more accurately, an automation system using Imperator's voice, grants us access to its data, which, to summarize, just revolves around Renacida's past. I will post a time step on screen if you want to skip this section of the video. Now, with all being said, enjoy the telling of Renacida's beginning.
In the beginning, life rose and fell with the tide. The displaced and wandering did follow my guidance. They journeyed unto the archipelago. There, I did leave knowledge and technology, that they might walk the path to freedom.
Your light blesses us.
We follow your will.
To build our republic. Unity became the bedrock of civilization. But Leviathan seized upon mankind's longing for unity to manifest civilization's shadow. It spoke in my name, wrought false miracles, forged hollow grace, feeding on stagnant, obedient minds.
We are blessed by the sea. By you, we are unified. By you, we are born. From the sea we came, and to the sea we shall return.
From the founding of civilization, it had invaded their spirit and beliefs. I rose against it, only to unleash the dark tide. It scarred Rinasita beyond measure. I began to question all I had done. The Threnodian did steer Rinasita's fate. And I too once guided Rinasita's course. In truth, we were no different. We both sought to mold civilization after our own will. Those who truly walked the land were never granted the right to choose. Civilizations abound with Therodians. No eternal solution doth exist. Have I the right to choose their fate? The shaping of a civilization must belong to its people.
Now, after listening to that, we were told by Imperator that this was meant as a blueprint for the people of Rinasita, and that if they wanted a path free from divinity, they would need to face Leviathan and beat him. Yeah, sounds easier said than done. After it's done speaking, Galbrena talks to us and reveals to us that Cardathia dying was staged to help us get closer to killing Leviathan. That's why I said supposed killer instead of just killer. To help convince us, we're given a trinket that has Cardathia's frequency, and she tells us what Galbrena said, confirming that it was a ploy. Now, we're also told that Leviathan hid their frequency in a gem while we were fighting Cardathia's corrupted form. And now that gem is in the Fraxidus' hands, and they're trying to revive Leviathan. Great. We're then alerted by Galbrena that the second Harbinger has emerged, and that it could be Avidius. Before we could leave the space peacefully, Leviathan's power spreads to the space, and so we had to book it to the portal before everything collapsed. Of course, everyone outside was still murdering the Tithe spawn that remained, and eventually cleared it out. Of course, the job's far from done, for we still gotta find Mr. Avidius, which, with the help of Galberna, we are able to determine his destination, that being Thessalofels. We quickly head over as the beacon near that area is destroyed, with dark clouds forming overhead to help reinforce the Facilias. After we arrive, we get rid of the Tide Spawn that are attacking a Facilia member and witness Gilberto succumbing to the evolved version of the Dark Tide, forcing Cantarella to have to mercy kill him.
Thank you. May glory return to the Physaelians.
This is genuinely a sad death, even if I didn't know the NPC, but the way it's delivered serves as a reminder as to what is happening in Renacida. After that very heartwarming scene, we catch up with Cantarella and she tells us where Avidius went. Shortly after that, Phoebe, alongside some acolytes from the Order, come along to help fend off the Tide Spawn, while Galberna and us go track down Avidius. When we reach Avidius, he has become corrupted and starts telling us that Caligula looks like him and that he was meant to take his place. Yeah, that story I decided to summarize wasn't just to make the video longer. That was foreshadowing. Anyways, after some dialogue from Avidius, we then enter a fight against them. You know what time it is. It's time to jump them.
Avidius.
After jumping Avidius with Galbrana, we see his perspective while in the Dark Tide, and we catch a glimpse of Galbrana's backstory, and after seeing this, Avidius sacrifices himself and lets Galbrana absorb his frequency. Alas, Cristoforo is there and monologues for a few good minutes, which is mostly just a bunch of yapping, before leaving us. We pay our respects to Avidius and head back to meet up with Cantarella. We arrive and see a small child who we try to comfort, only to be dragged into an illusion, with Leviathan trying to persuade us to open the ascending gates for them. Which we almost do, before Galbrana saves us from its grasp.
This world doesn't belong to you, Leviathan.
After that little incident, however, we then learn that we are the new harbingers of the Dark Tide.
Rover, you are the new harbinger of the Dark Tide.
And that concludes the first act of this story quest. Yes, there's still more, and if you're feeling exhausted, pause and take a break from this video. Then come back. Don't worry, this video isn't going anywhere. If you're listening to this, it means you are ready to continue. In that case, let's begin. We head over to the Facilius territory to receive an antidote from Cantarella to help stave off the Dark Tide corruption, and where Galbrana, Cantarella, and us discuss on how to kebab a Thernodian. Yes, I said kebab, you saw it in the thumbnail. Deal with it. However, before we discuss that, we figure out the Harbinger of the Dark Tide isn't actually Rover specifically, as Galbrana points out, but Abby, our companion, and someone who shares our frequency, which is why Rover is considered the Harbinger. After acquiring that knowledge, we discuss about the Journeying Paradise, Leviathan's past a little bit, and how it grows its power, which, TLDR, the Journeying Paradise is Leviathan's realm. Its past is the dark reflection of Rigonese people wanting unity and their fear of the sea, and it feeds off negative emotions to grow stronger. We are informed that Galbrana does have a plan to kebab the big fish, but can't share it with us because said fish can currently read our minds. Of course, with Renacida stabilized, its next target is Septimont, which we quickly head over to in order to lend our aid and act as reinforcements. When we arrive in Septimont, Uno is helping civilians evacuate the city to safer locations, and after some joking around, we're told by Uno that the Dark Tide has also appeared in Septimont, and is facing the same problems as Renacida. After some more chatting, we're alerted to the Dark Tide being spotted at the Three Heroes crest, and head over to help reinforce the line, because as we're told by Uno,
our warriors are stretched thin just trying to hold the lines.
After landing in the camp, we meet up with Lupa and Augusta. No, not Mavuika. We're not doing this comparison again between the two games, alright? Alright. Now, as I was saying, after meeting up with these two, we fill everyone in on the situation and help contain a tide spawn outbreak that is heading towards the camp that we reside in. Realizing that the tide spawn are heading towards the anchor obelisks, we arrive to help relieve the Septimonian defenders holding the positions. Unfortunately for us, they are at every other anchor obelisk and rapidly gaining ground, making the situation even worse. Yet, when all seems lost, unlikely reinforcements arrive.
So, this is where we're needed, right? Time to help reclaim those obelisks. The North Flank's ours! Let's give them a grand show!
The Montellis greet you. We will secure this cell.
The poison Leviathan leaves behind, allow the Thessalians to cleanse it.
Phew! Made it this time! I've got this side covered. By the name of Imperator, we'll protect the obelisks here!
Yep, all our allies from Renacida and Galbrana arrive to help us defend the obelisks. Of course, with the help of the Black Shores, as you'll see in a moment. But for right now, enjoy the jumping.
Leave it to me.
handling those tide spawns, Galbrunna, realizing that the entrance to the Journeying Paradise is open, plans to jump inside of it, telling the others to seal it when the tide spawn retreat to fend her off from it. Galbrunna hopes to kill Leviathan this way and tells us how to enter the paradise when the time comes. After saying what was needed, she jumps into the paradise and the others seal the entrance off. We then return to the camp and Rover wonders how they came so quickly, of which he is given his answer.
Yo! Loud and clear, Rover? So, all available bloom bearers have arrived in Renacida. We're standing guard at Averado Vault, and Booling is already en route to reinforce Septimont. When the Threnodian blindsided us in Jinzhou, we made some quest. But this time, the Black Shores will show the world who we really are. We've already synced intel with Raguna, and time's short, so I'll make this a quickie. We've drawn some key conclusions about the Threnodian in Renacida. The Threnodian is a shadow of civilization, formless and immortal. According to Imperator's judgment, it can't be erased entirely, only shackled. But the one you're about to face is different. The Fraxidus used the Threnodian's gem to resurrect him, and that created a crack in the shell. Tethys believes that with Imperator's power, he might be able to split the gem from the Threnodian and stop Leviathan from fully reviving. If you can extract the gem, Tethys can tap into a Sonoro's infinite expansion to lock that thing down for good. One more thing. Back in Jinzhou, Abby proved capable of absorbing Threnodian's frequencies. This means, in theory, it could act as a temporary host for the gem. But know this, the Threnodian Leviathan is rooted deeply in the minds and souls of Renacida's people. Only they can truly face it. At Raguna's request, we've teleported some of our strongest resonators to reinforce the front lines of Three Heroes Crest. So, leave the civilians to us. We'll keep them safe. As for combat power, I called in some insurance. Never hurts to play it safe. Don't worry,
Where shall you go? Feed my blossoms, self-deceivers.
So you don't have to unleash the fans.
After Alto delivered information to us regarding Leviathan, we then discussed on how to reach the paradise, of which we had no safe and viable solution, until a man by the name of Chuyang came along with a lantern belonging to Nipoli II, or the first relic as Cantarella called it. This lantern would shield a designated person, which would help them navigate the paradise. So, naturally, everyone at the camp tried to volunteer, but were all cast down by Rover because, well, he was far better in resisting the dark tide than the rest of them. After ending that discussion, I then immediately talked to everyone in the camp for free loot, because of course I would. I'm a greedy bastard, what do you want from me? After all that, I set off to meet with Chuyang and progress the story. Now, Chuyang already knows we're the Harbinger, and tells us that he was sent to capture Scar, and to help deliver the lantern that Fenrico held because Fenrico wanted to pay for his transgressions. And in Chuyang's words,
Death is a cheap way to pay for transgressions. He knew it wouldn't be enough.
Which, yeah, makes sense, since we almost got murdered by him in 2.5. I still don't forgive you for that. Anyways, after talking with Chuyang for a bit, we head to the entrance of the paradise, where Uno explains to us that the paradise will be shifting and changing, just like it was back in Limbo, or Chaos as it was called. Well, after some farewells and reassurances, we head on in.
When the time
After we enter the paradise, we survey the surroundings before being greeted by Chimera, a tacit discord inside Galbrenna's body in a sort of symbiotic relationship. Chimera guides us through the paradise while also revealing Galbrenna's past to help us find her. Here's a summary of these sections in order. Skip to this timestamp if you don't want to hear it. Staying? Alright, summary time. We're introduced to Galbrenna as a little kid with an outstanding resonance ability, defeating a gladiator far more skilled and older than her. The next memory we're shown is Galbrenna being consumed and stuck inside the dark tide, fighting for her very life with the help of souls from her past, who lend their strength to Galbrenna to help her escape. The final memory Chimera tells us about Galbrenna is how he watched her struggle, and in that moment, he saw potential within her, and thus lended his power to her to help escape the dark tide, in exchange for them working together and serving as one being. We're then told by Chimera that Galbrenna was the name of a tacit discord, and that Galbrenna absorbed that tacit discord with the help of Chimera, which also meant their pact was sealed, and because of that, it forced Galbrenna to constantly satiate Chimera's hunger, otherwise he would eat her frequency instead. After having that lovely discussion with Chimera, we arrive to help Galbrenna with 2 tide spawns. Yep, you know what time it is. Time to jump them. After furiously manhandling those 2 tide spawns, we speak to Galbrenna for a bit, and she reveals that Cardathea used her frequency to anchor Leviathan and give a form to it, meaning she created an opening for us to injure and possibly kill Leviathan. Yippee! We enter the building near us and have to beat up multiple waves of tide spawns. No, this reminded me of HSR's simulated universe because of the increasing damage we did as we progressed farther ahead. Anyways, back on topic. We make it to the end of the hallway and arrive at the true
gateway to hell.
After passing through it, we are back in the place where our nightmares started. We're then made aware of the lake that flows in this area, basically being a furnace and forging frequencies together into tide spawn, which is where Chimera was born. Across the distance, we see a building at the edge of this landscape, and that is where both Leviathan's paradise and the Anchor Stone lies. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, the Anchor Stone is how we get the others inside the paradise, without putting them in serious danger. Anyways, we're kind of just stuck here until a skeletal figure appears who Galbrenna identifies as Charon, basically Septimon's version of the Grim Reaper. We have to give up some of our coins to allow us to ride with Charon, who ferries us to the other side of the river. We travel through the building, reaching the Anchor Stone, and our progress is going well. Almost too well.
Yes, we saw it. The Anchor Stone has been activated. Sooner than expected.
My family's potions are ready. But please, a word. It's been crafted from the Threnodian's venom. Outside the corruption's reach, it induces hallucinations, warping your senses and clouding judgment. If you aren't immediately entering the dark tide, I advise you all not to drink it.
Ground defenses are holding. And no major fluctuations in the dark tide for now. Everyone.
Wait! An intense frequency suddenly. It's moving towards the Western Front.
Is this the best the mighty gladiators of Septimont can offer? A grand finale deserves grandeur. How can such a dull act satisfy the audience? Oh, yes! Now this is a scene fit for the final act.
Blades do not discriminate. Leave. This one's mine.
Oh, has Huanglong fallen so low, they now send a blind man to die?
Prisoner Scar of Jinzhou. Surrender now. One strike is all it would take to end you. Surrender, and you may be spared pain.
Oh, in an epic play such as this, I refuse an early exit.
My orders were to bring you back, dead or alive. I never planned on bringing you back alive. Your head belongs to me.
Jump him.
You're too late, defender of Huanglong. Fixed on the tide. Never once did you see the threat in the sky. Annihilation. Right on time!
Yeah, things didn't go according to plan. And to make things worse, the anchor stone gets broken by Karan, or as he's actually called, Schwarzlock. Schwarzlock is here to prevent us from turning Leviathan into a cabal, which we kindly decline, and Galbrona starts fighting with him, allowing us to escape and enter further into the building. Yet, when entering, we're greeted by hallucinations, which take the form of our friends, meeting their end in the cruelest way possible. Thanks, Leviathan. After we make it out of that nightmare, we come face to face with Christophora, which, long story short, he set us up here because their true target wasn't us. It was Galbrona.
So, I was your true target all along.
Galbrona figures this out, and Schwarzlock, thinking he has the upper hand, tries to convince her to join the Fraxidus. But she doesn't take too kindly to their little shenanigans. As such, Schwarzlock removes most of her absorbed frequencies, but fails to account for one thing. Her determination.
This blood. It should be enough. My flames could never reach you before. But now, it's time you pay for your actions. The hunt begins. Bullseye. May the flames light your way home.
Galbrunna, with the help of the other souls, would temporarily seal Schwarzlog for a bit, allowing her to make her way over to our location. Finding out we're trapped in a purple trap bubble of the Dark Tide, she decides to risk it all, to burn it away, which Chimera is not exactly too thrilled about.
I called on you time and again to unleash your true power. And now, of all things, this is what gets through to you. You would risk everything for a sliver of hope.
I would, no matter the cost.
Meanwhile, we're stuck in a never-ending loop with Cristoforo narrating in the background. Yes, I hate the yapping, but at least he's good at it. And it scares me. Anyways, Galbrunna interrupts his monologue, comforts us for a bit, and gives us a spark to light away. And well, words wouldn't be able to do this scene justice. So enjoy it in all its glory, dear viewer.
We will be right behind you.
New allies born from the perils of the high seas.
Good people
What better way to begin an epic
Heroes appear in a time of crisis. Justice triumphs over evil, and united friends are undefeated.
The Codex reminds us, it is not the lighthouse that guides us through the storm to safety, but our own eye.
The difference, though, is that you are a blade. A weapon, a cannon.
Like I said, we seize control. Music itself holds no emotion. It's the heart that grants it meaning.
A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade.
Even if one day you meet defeat, remember this. Those you've helped will never let you face it alone.
I've been thinking. Our final fate might already be written, but how we walk that path is up to us. We as humans are meant to carve
A civilization's glory is forged by generations of brave souls.
The waves of resistance shall never cease. Mankind will not be
The power to ride our fate has always been ours. Even without guidance, even when divinity falls silent, civilization will find its own way.
You have no role in Renacita's destiny.
You have no reason to carry on this fight. We carry the Dark Tide's memories.
We command both light and shadow. Did you really think you could stand against us alone?
Steel yourself. Defy the prophecy. Rise above fate again. If the road ahead is dark, then let this soul
Be the spark that lights the night.
well set.
You are not alone, because we are here with you.
Yep, we're in the end game, boys. Even echoes like the Dragon of Dirge and the Lioness of Glory are here to lend their aid. Now, thankfully, because of that little stunt, we link up with everyone else, and Chimera tells us this after we're freed.
She burned her own life force to help you. Only by overclocking was she able to break through the Dark Tide's illusion. Her true forte has always been inside her. And as her blazing will became overclocked flames that seared away the corruption of the tacit discords and the Dark Tide, it awakened her forte. I took on some of the cost of her overclocking. I admit her insolent gamble paid off again.
So, the only reason Galbrunna didn't die was because of Chimera taking some of the hits for her as well. Aww, who's a good little... We catch up with the others and how they managed to enter the paradise. And after some inspirational speeches and confidence boosts, do we finally enter the belly of the beast. Entering the building, we're greeted by 3 big balls of energy crashing down on us, splitting our group up. Because, you know, dividing and conquering always works, right? Yeah, apparently not. We murdered the cocoons and flew down to the platform to fight Leviathan. Leviathan is a fish, and as such, it shall be skewered.
Mortals must seek salvation. Mortals must follow a uniform creed. Now, Righteous One, open the gate to ascension.
You are not her. Reveal yourself, Leviathan.
I am the beginning and the end, the first breath and the final sigh. I have ever been Renacita's sole divinity. By my gospel alone didst thou arise, united and reborn. And now thou dare lift thy hand against me. Fleur-de-Lis, once more the crown is thine. Return to my embrace. Now, faithless heretics, kneel and receive thy judgment.
You know the drill. Jump 'em, boys!
Imperator's power is mine to command.
Is Imperator's power of separation?
How can this be? This vessel carries the frequencies Leviathan split from its body. Every blow we land here wounds Leviathan itself. I'll show you.
The gates of hell!
Waves follow. The wicked will face judgment. Waves rise. Judgment strikes.
send you to your grave.
A fresh feast.
Wind call, waves follow.
Hopefully this helps.
I am the Tempest! You'll face
You can
judgment.
escape me, baby flames.
Well, that's unexpected.
No. Passing.
Dance hall! Your captain's got your back.
Not welcome. I'm watching.
Hear my decree. Fleur-de-lis, youth, death.
It's written for the chrysalis to restore its frequencies.
I'll handle it.
Thank you, everyone. It worked. I'm back!
Fleur-de-lis, wilt thou cast aside thy godhood once more?
I stand here in the name of humanity. If my humanity alone can't sway you, then we will defeat you together.
Thou dare pit mortal will against the divine. When we hold the deepest abyss of despair.
People of Renacita, please hear my call. Unite with all your will and hope.
Resistance. The fate of Renacita is mine to decree.
One final fight. You know what to do. Objective: slay Leviathan.
Even the Threnodian's chrysalis turns into a weapon. So you're ready to take a final stand. Ha! Too bad! That won't bring us down!
The light of hope has pierced the dark tide. Leviathan, your doom is inevitable.
My ghost shall resound across the tides for eternity!
Still trying to corrupt us with your whispers. It's the people of Renacita. They're seeing for us.
Even in the depths of despair, the song of hope echoes. Hear it well, Leviathan. This is your requiem.
No matter the suffering, our courage carries us onward. This is the hymn of humanity.
Insolence! My will suffereth no defiance! This is my kingdom!
Every crime you've committed will be answered in court!
Our tomorrow isn't yours to shape. Sit back. Enjoy no matter how great your power, do not presume to claim our future.
Of divinity, we will tear your
you down from your hollow throne.
In the name of Imperator, be gone!
My power, my strength.
Let the tides take you.
Your form is shattering, and your fate is sealed.
This time, fate will flow to the future we have anchored.
Watch closely, Leviathan. This is the wheel of humanity.
Count me in too, Rover! Let's knock his lights out.
Time to end this once and for all.
Leviathan, prepare for your final reckoning. Raise the tide, Rover.
May you now be bound by the weight of humanity's hopes.
Abraxas! Why hast thou betrayed us?
It's time to absorb the dark tide.
I'll split the gem from its physical form.
Time to finish this.
Our paths were never truly opposed. One day, they shall cross again. Remember this. We were once your wastelands.
Righteous one, reigns the land. Within it lies the will of every primus of the order, from Napoli II to my own resolve and atonement. Let its light banish this final darkness. Renacita will surely know a lasting dawn.
Now, there isn't really much to say after this because it just focuses on Raguna rebuilding itself after what happened with Leviathan. So I'll leave you here with two pieces of information before we end this video. The Praxidus' goals in Jinzhou and Renacita have been fulfilled, and now the knowledge it means to do something. What is it, you may ask? I don't know. They don't say. But there is a chance we will meet them again in La Haroi. And secondly, we offer an invitation to Galberna to join the Black Shores. Of course, she accepts the flower we give to any member, but I couldn't really find out if she officially does join or not. I assume so, though. We also learn her real name, that being Angel. Now then, roll the outro. Thanks for watching. If you're listening to this, you probably watched the majority of the video, or skipped here. If you did the latter, please watch the entire video. Either way, thanks for listening to me try to summarize this entire story patch in one video. And I'd like to encourage you to like and comment on this video if this type of content is what you want to see in the future. As for subscribing, that is up to you. And while I would appreciate it, you're not required. Enjoy the rest of the outro, or have a lovely day. Telltale, signing off.